who really can be counted upon to do just about anything. In fact, he can even match some stick work with even some of those Pens forwards.
Do that.
Pardon the mess, okay, guys? Darrell and Laird.
Talk about turning it around. Tom Barrasso, I thought, was going to squeeze that shot from Loisel off, but the players put it back into play. Murphy shot it back around the boards, right to the point. Darius Kasparaitis with another shot that Tom Barrasso wasn't able to control, and Brad Delgarno, who was covered momentarily, but then left alone in front. Look at him. I mean, there's a player skating away from him with Tom Barrasso down, has given the Islanders a 1-0 lead 25 seconds into this.
19 seconds into the last game, the Pittsburgh Penguins score. The house is rocking here on the island.
The lead's so important for the Islanders. This crowd is going to be crazy as long as the Islanders are in front, and it's tough for them to come from behind against a team that's as strong as the Penguins defensively when they want to clamp it down.
Dennis Vaske got dumped at center, trying to bring the puck up, and this is the first game where New York has scored the first goal. The Islanders get it here in this one. Taglianetti dumps it into the middle to Jeff Daniels. His shot in, Healy deflects it to the corner. Daniels over to get it. Melikov trying to bounce it out, and did. And Steve Junker is on the ice. First National Hockey League game. Ferraro, King Ferraro couldn't get it. Ray Ferraro a little too close to the skates. Jaromir Jagr. How about this story? Steve Junker called up today after the minor league team's playoff finished a week ago is on the ice. Thomas brings it in. His shot broke his stick. Broke his stick on the windup that time as the blade went flying.
That tells you how much he wanted it. I mean, it's like trying to hit a golf ball 400 yards. Do you usually hit it fat? Yep.
A ferocious pace. Game 6. Thomas couldn't get it. Held in Grant Jennings. Shot deflected wide. Rebound off the near side boards. Islanders leading 1-0. Thomas on the break-in. Hogue trying to get it behind the net. Thomas was in front. Puck picked up. Hogue looking, centered. Thomas's shot is deflected in front by Barrasso. Rebound back to the point. Can't be held in by Tommy Kurvers. 25 seconds into the game. Delgarno picks up the goal. Kasparaitis and Travis Green getting the assists on it. Both teams change it up on the fly. 1-0 Islanders. Just what the Islanders needed. Out to get it, Glenn Healy. Healy plays it around the boards. No call as a Pittsburgh Penguin got dumped in the corner that time. And the hitting is really ferocious early on here. They're going at it. Lemieux out on the ice right now. Brought in left wing side. Ramsey putting the check on. Rich Pilon back. Pilon and Kasparaitis teamed up. Lemieux got a piece of that and drove it in on Healy. Then went behind the net, so Healy played it in front. Loisel takes a hit from Stevens. Stevens, the puck, the shot deflected wide off the end of the stick.
Gosh, I can't believe this is the same referee. This is Mark Fawcett. We had him last Sunday in St. Louis, and he called, well, less than 1 million, but it seemed like 1 million penalties.
He's out there with Wayne Bonney and Gerard Gauthier, the linesman for tonight's game. Pocket leveled by Delgarno as he tried to stand it up at the line. Cleared in. Kasparaitis the hit on Murphy after he dumped it in. Claude Loisel up the board. Claude Loisel has drawn, along with his line, the task of taking on Mario Lemieux much of this series. And the two of them have a little personal thing going coming into this game, because at the end of the last game, the two of them ended up one-on-one while a scuffle was going on. Mario Lemieux said Loisel was talking about hurting him. Loisel said he's really upset when you said that. Says, I said sarcastically to him, don't hurt your back, that's all. Rebound, shot, save made. No, he's got it. What a start. Out to take the face-off. Brad Delgarno has the goal. It's his first goal of this series. His second of this year's playoffs. Stepping up, Samuelsson couldn't get it. Martin Straka held it in. Straka's out on the ice with Troy Loney and Jaromir Jagr. Back Bologna. Fitzgerald can't get it out. Held in by Samuelsson. Had it blocked to center. There is no question the Islanders understand about this must-win tonight, and I don't say that facetiously. Sometimes teams come in, even in a game they got to win, and it's just not ready. Well, they are ready for this.
You know, Gary, you say to yourself, we've come this far. I mean, we have to give it absolutely every ounce of energy we have. I mean, it's been a long season and a long road, and we're this far. Let's go.
They are. Sent in off Barrasso. Mick Vukota taking the shot. Vukota following up on the rebound as he tried to hold it in along the boards on the far side. Dennis Vaske couldn't get it. Pittsburgh changing it up. Brought in by Volek. Volek sends it in. Barrasso will leave it for Taglianetti. Taglianetti working with Samuelson. Defensive move. Kruk, the shot deflected into the seats. Center ice. New York Islanders out in an absolute flurry here. Tommy Kerber's back in the lineup tonight. One of the defensemen who's been in and out of this playoff lineup for the Islanders. There he is. Kerber's the shot. Deflected by Samuelson to the wide side. Grant Jennings has it. Jennings brings it up the boards. Mullen is out there with Francis and Daniels now. Dropped off. The shot save. Rebound behind. And bounces out to Jennings. Mullen trying to tip it. Daniels centered it. Francis couldn't get a stick on it as it came through the middle. And it'll be sent out by Kruk. This is going to be an icing call on the Islanders as Samuelson goes. Well, the lead's there. Glenn Healy knows he doesn't have a lot of room. Pittsburgh's averaging 4.2 goals in this playoffs, while the Islanders are scoring a goal less than that per game.
You know, in Game 5, it was brain lock for the Islanders. As you look at Healy here trying to squeeze this one off. Penguins trying to get to the net. The Islanders really had brain lock. I said to Glenn Healy this morning, I said a little bit of brain lock in the first minute. He said he rolled his eyes. I said, you think? And it was complete brain lock. The Islanders are leading 1-0.
You have to play like that, but you have to play smart.
Control, desperation, absolutely.
And that's what it's all about. When you're at your peak, you play it that way. Puck is a delayed offside call here. Won't matter, though, as Tocchet's going to get it out of the zone. Sends it over for Kevin Stevens. Kasparaitis got a piece of him. Stevens got a piece of Kasparaitis and took his helmet off. Lemieux on the near side bounced over his head to the point. Murphy. Larry Murphy's shot save made by Healy. Gloved down by Tocchet and Delgarno. Played in the corner by Claude Loisel. Loisel hit Lemieux in the face with it. Mario Lemieux got hit in the face with a puck as Claude Loisel tried to take it around the boards. And if that was going to happen between any two players, wouldn't it be those two guys?
Yeah, well, guess what? You know Claude Loisel didn't try to hit him.
No, he wanted to get it by him.
Sure he did. I mean, you might pick a spot in the neutral zone if you wanted to try to ding somebody, but not behind your net. What happens if you hit it off his helmet? If not, I'm here to get your back. So
whatever it was, they got it going, and that'll just add to it, accidental or not. Tippett dumps it around the boards on the near side. It's pinned up along the side. Nobody can get control. Larry Murphy stepping up. Delgarno batted at it. Tippett holds it in, takes the shot. No deflection as it went wide. Uwe Krupp working in the corner. Krupp almost had the headlock on Sean McEachran that time. 1-0. Islanders are on top. Brian Mullen. Mullen sends it out. Thomas breaking in. Thomas an angle. Great diving play made by Ulf Samuelson. What a defensive play he made. In front shot. Hit the post. Steve Thomas hit the post as he came down the middle. Larry Murphy sends it in. Healy will hold it up for Krupp. What a chance for the Islanders to go up 2-0. Pittsburgh trying to get a quick change. Brian Mullen sends it in. Jennings going back. Already there is Thomas. Is he flying? Thomas touched it up to the near side. Shel Samuelson's got it. Islanders up 1-0. Shots 5-4 in favor of the Isles. Troy Loney. Martin Straka. Straka shot. Scores! Faked the pass. Took the shot. Game tied at 1.
The stick released. He just kind of flung it around. Watch, there's the check on him. He was able to keep it, and he just slipped it by Glenn Healy. I mean, Healy had no idea where that shot was going. You know why? Because Martin
Connor, Yager moves in. Baskey stood him up. Yager, the puck gets knocked down. Clearly, Fawcett's going to let things go here. This game's going to be played by the players at this point. Baskey brings it in. Baskey tied up by Samuelson. Puck is pinned up against the board. Straka's getting his first from Loney and Samuelson. Score! Derek King!
Well, one of the men that has to do it, Derek King, has just picked up his third goal of the series on a shot that Tom Barrasso would say was stoppable. Kind of a sharp angle. Barrasso, who usually stands up for those, was caught in the middle of going down, and once you get the pads tilted, stick gets a little askew. Derek King just shot it under Tom Barrasso from a sharp angle. There were two Penguins near him. Have to see if the Penguins coverage picks up here, Gary, because, you know, you can talk about wide open, not favoring the New York Islanders. The Penguins coverage just hasn't been sharp.
They're giving them the odd man breaks. Are going to the Islanders in this game here in this first period. Islanders lead 2-1. 3 goals in the playoffs this year, all in this series for Derek King. That'll be called on the icing. We've got a great one going here. Delgarno trying to get the return pass in the corner. Couldn't quite get it there. Travis Green. No call right there. Could have been a trip. Not so. Delgarno got away with it. Stevens got up looking for Mark Fawcett, the referee. Delgarno gets hit by Tocchet. Jammed up to the point. Not out. Loisel able to hold it in. Barrasso leaves it for Taglianetti. Back to Larry Murphy. King gets the goal at 7:19. Vasky and Malakoff the assists. 2-1 Islanders. Larry Murphy at his own line pushes it the other way. Stevens breaking in. Stevens an angle. Stevens saved by Healy. Rebound Uwe Krupp trying to clear it out. Held in at the point. Krupp back to get it. Krupp helped out on that one. And Delgarno just flips it out to take the heat off. Larry Murphy will do the touch up here and we'll get an icing
to come to him. And Stevens really didn't have many options. If he pulls it back to shoot, there's a chance the Islander defenseman coming back and get him. So he almost has to stick handle in front and try to go by Healy. Boy, Glenn Healy didn't choke up on the stick, didn't go to the knob for the poke check or anything. I think Darius Kasparaitis kind of saved the day by whacking Stevens because he was by Glenn Healy.
Stevens has 3 goals, 5 in favor of the Islanders. Dennis Vasky behind the net. Vasky had it poke checked away momentarily. Islanders just all over the place in this game. Benoit Hogue. Hogue dumps it in. He and Samuelson collide. Hogue's got it. Hogue trying to center Thomas, who is alone in front. Hogue gets it back. Hogue looking. Little help. Hogue drops it. Great play. Vasky. Better play. Jaromir Jagr. Jagr and Vasky. Thomas dumps it. Shot deflected wide by Hogue as he didn't get all of it. Cleared around the boards. Vasky steps up. Takes it away from Jagr. Samuelson decked him with a glove to the face. Steve Thomas over to get it. Fitzgerald collides with Samuelson. Ooh, this is playoff hockey going on right now. And Vasky gets called for punching Jagr in the face. Malakoff held it in. Islanders setting up the power play. Malakoff will work the point with Tommy Kurvers. There's Kurvers. Kurvers takes it. Tipped. But deflected into the near side corner by Delgarno. Played up by Ferraro. Kurvers in the middle. Malakoff dumps it in front. Larry Murphy gets it. Clears it out. And a penalty coming up behind the play. It's going to be on the Islanders. A slashing call will nullify the New York Islander power play as Derek King heads out.
Well, I'm sure the benches now are as confused as the hockey game, and it is a tendency of some of the younger officials naturally not to miss any calls and to be a little less lenient on the calls. That creates kind of an uneven playing field out there. For example, Game 5, where the Penguins only had 2:55 of power play time to the Islanders, just under 18 minutes.
Travis Green's shot is blocked. Down in the corner, David Bollock. He's all right. Larry Murphy's got the puck. We're skating 4-on-4 here. Another thing to add to that, Bill. Lemieux brings it up, drops it off for Samuelson. Back to Lemieux. Mullins got it, tried to shoot it, knocked down from behind by Bollock. The referees, remember, change every game. The linesmen will usually do at least 2 games. Referees change up. Center tip by Bollock. Save made Barrasso. Center Green couldn't get it. Kasparaitis' shot deflected in the corner by Larry Murphy. Murphy clears it up. Back comes Mullen. We're 4-on-4 here in a 2-1 game with the Islanders leading. Mullen. Healy comes out to get it. Good shot by Kasparaitis on Mullen around near side for Travis Green. Green coming out. Can't get to it. Samuelson is there. Has to go back, though. Both teams change it up on the fly. Taglianetti's pass goes astray. Dennis Vasky coming over to get it. Vasky had to work it around the net, intended for Malakoff. Nobody could touch it. This is going to be an icing call on the Islanders. They're going to the net. Samuelson drops it off. Taglianetti's shot saved by Healy. Malakoff has it. Still 4-on-4. Power play coming up, a short one for the Islanders in 14 seconds. They'll want to gain control of the puck here and try and hold it in the zone. Samuelson, Loisel taking a whack at it. Couldn't get it. Taglianetti up for Francis. 5 seconds to the power play. Comes out to center. Islanders, Malakoff back in their own end. Fitzgerald couldn't get it. Power play now underway for the Pittsburgh Penguins. They'll send it in behind the net. So the Islanders with 16 seconds remaining on the penalty here. Quick rush. All Pittsburgh's going to get out of this. Maybe all they need. Lemieux! Saved by Healy! Rebound deflected and whipped into the corner. Mario Lemieux, the scoring chance. Still a power play. Larry Murphy in. Penalty over Lemieux. Centered. Stevens deflected and goes to the line. Here comes King. 2-on-1 even strength. Benoit Hogue with him. King looking. Shot. Save made by Barrasso. Rebound Mullen. Save Barrasso. Rebound King and Hogue. And it goes wide of the net. Hogue over to get it with Francis on him. Cutting in. Uwe Krupp. Shot deflected. Shot. Mullen save. Krupp trying to hold it in. Underneath players of the ice comes loose as Mullen dug it out. Mullen gets hit in the face with a stick. Ron Francis hit Mullen as he was falling down. There is no call yet on the stick to the face of Brian Mullen. trying to dump it in. It ends up going onto the Islander bench. Series fit to go in the first. One of the fine defensive forwards in the NHL, Dave Tippett.
You know, it was the Penguins that stepped up the body in Game 5. Rick Tocchet said that 3 of them had talked about it, Kevin Stevens and Troy Loney and himself. They haven't hit here in Game 6, Gary, the way they did in Game 5. Another good scoring chance by the Islanders. Derek King with a chance and Brian Mullen with a rebound.
Games played here on the island in this series. Pittsburgh won 3-1. Look out in front. Puck loose. Tippett after it. Bounced up in the air on him. Glenn Healy doesn't have his goal stick. Shot by Jennings. Deflected wide. Malakoff. Islanders need a clear. They don't get it. Jennings held it in. Now it bounces out the center. And Healy gets his stick back. Well, we've had it all here. First 14 minutes of this game. Jennings, again, rammed it out the center. Ferraro puts the hit on Loney. Fitzgerald came in and dug the puck out. Pittsburgh won the first game played here in the island, Game 3, 3-1. Islanders came back, won 6-5 in Game 4. That evened the series. Those are the 2 games played here thus far. Pittsburgh leading the series 3-2. Straka. His shot off the blocker of Glenn Healy. Played off the boards to Ray Ferraro. Ferraro, the high foot, trying to get it out of the zone. Islanders are really trying to run with it here. They want the pace of this game up. They're going at it, trying to play Pittsburgh at Pittsburgh's own game. Healy backs it up, and Straka moving in. McEachran in the corner. Rich Pilon ties him up. Thomas has it, taken away momentarily by Straka. In the middle, David Volek can't get it out. Straka racing for it. Pilon came back, knocked ball down, got it out of the zone. Brought back in Thomas. Thomas looking with Hogan Volek. Volek drops it off, running in. Kruk wants to center, tried, had it blocked. Samuelson centers again. Deflected in front. Taglianetti shot by Thomas. Deflects off the defenseman. Big hit put on by David Volek. Volek a shot in the corner on Peter Taglianetti. Out Samuelson. Samuelson can't get it out. Thomas moves in. Thomas, he gets jammed but got it off. Benoit Hogue. Hogue spinning, looking for someone in front. Tied up in the corner. Down they go. The puck underneath. Don't you love it?
Even with that, David Volek knocked him over here. See, Taglianetti saw him coming and braced for it.
David Volek, who's been involved in the offensive flow here in this first period for them. And he's, of course, one of their big hitters, primarily known as being a checker. But tonight he's had some opportunities in front of the net. There you see the shots on goal. The Isles have outshot the Penguins in each game of this series thus far, but that has not told the story. The chances have, the better ones, have gone to the Pittsburgh Penguins. Kevin Stevens, you saw there, out for the draw. Malakoff shot deflected into the corner. Larry Murphy goes back to get it. 5:30 to go in the period. Murphy bothered by Fitzgerald away to Ramsey. Oh, Mike Ramsey coming over from Buffalo in the final trading day. Stevens in the shot. Saved by Healy. Ramsey now leads all players in the playoffs with a +12. Murphy dumps it into the wide side corner. Baskey over to get it. Baskey just got it out of the zone. Murphy back. You see Pittsburgh. Bill was asking earlier, will Pittsburgh start playing more defense here? Well, they are doing that right now. A little more grouping at center ice and not allowing the Islanders to come rushing up ice as they were in the first half of the period.
The question I have is, will the Islanders tighten it up a little bit? They just gave Kevin Stevens another good scoring chance.
Larry Murphy's shot deflected off the back of some bodies there. Cleared out by Travis Green.
I mean, Stevens has been in just about alone. Mario Lemieux has been in on a half breakaway, and that time Kevin Stevens had a shot from the hash marks.
Mullen centered. Comes all the way back to center ice. Samuelson back to get it. Samuelson dumps it in the zone. It's got to be cleared here. Pittsburgh clears the zone. Both teams will change it up. Mario Lemieux stays out on the ice, double shifting here. Jaromir Jagr comes out with Daniels now along with Lemieux. Jennings plays it up ice for Daniels. Daniels has it. Jennings and Delgarno behind the play collided. Delgarno's limping off the ice. Comes off the back of the net. Kasparaitis back to get it. Kasparaitis flips it up out of the zone. That's Delgarno right there. He's trying to get to the bench. Clears it over near side. Played in by Travis Green. Delgarno's hurting. He can hardly get on the bench. He was really hurt on that check in the corner at the far end and had a hard time getting halfway up ice. Tommy Curver's dump pass into the zone. Samuelson has it. Samuelson up. Remember, Patrick Flatley's out of the game tonight. He's got a twisted knee that occurred in the last game.
Brad Delgarno is a huge part of the checking line. He plays on Kevin Stevens' side, and in a couple of the games in this series, he's just eaten Kevin Stevens up. He's a big, strong guy. Keep in mind, he's not trying to create offensive plays, so it's a little easier for him to concentrate just on Stevens, but he's been really effective. I'm sure if Stevens had the choice, he'd like to play against anybody else but Delgarno.
Let's see whether or not he gets back. Tocchet trying to center, did for Tippett, but he went behind him. Here's a 3-on-3 break the other way as the Islanders get back. Thomas dumping it off the boards. Mullen back to get it. Taglianetti with him. Centered it. Hit Barrasso's stick. Comes to the line to Tocchet. 2-on-2 the other way. Tocchet and Troy Loney. Loney in the corner. Malakoff with him. Malakoff. Loney. Tocchet in to get the loose puck back to Samuelson. Oh, Samuelson shot tipped into the corner. They had it set up at the side of the net. Loney couldn't get the deflection in on goal. Back to center. Islanders continue to change. Taglianetti trying to dump. Vasky was there to block it. Pittsburgh changing. They got a hustle to get out of the ice. Ferraro faking and then got stood up, couldn't move in. Ramsey goes back to get it. Ferraro, fans hollering as Taglianetti and Ferraro just had each other in a headlock, and now Taglianetti won't let Ferraro's stick go. King trying to get it out. Tocchet held it in. Malakoff plays it in the corner. 2-1 Islanders leading. 2:38 to go in the first period. Shots are 9 for the Islanders and 10 for Pittsburgh now as they've taken the advantage. Stevens trying to jam it out, couldn't. The rookie was after it, but Ramsey gloved it out to center to Mario Lemieux. Lost it to Rich Pilon. Kasparaitis' pass deflects to center. The rookie's got it. Steve Junker going, oh my God, what have I got myself into here?
I think he's probably happy he only found out 24 hours ago that he'd be here.
His first National Hockey League game as he comes up to take Patrick Flatley's place. Steve Junker.
He's only had to go one night with no sleep.
Unbelievable. What a story for him, especially if they could come away and win. That hurts. Ron Francis for Pittsburgh on the faceoff. Won it. Murphy the shot. Healy makes the save, and it goes over the glass and into the seats. Let us acquaint you a little bit with Steve Junker anyway, since we've talked about him. He was 20 years old out of British Columbia. Played a couple of seasons in the out west, Western Hockey League, and then 1 year with the Islanders minor league team. He's a 5th-round pick in the 91 draft, and we said his first National Hockey League game being played here tonight. So
people in Spokane remember him. That's where he played his 2 years as junior. He got 16 goals in the American League, 47 points in 79 games. It's not bad for a rookie season. I'm not sure how good an offensive player he can be in the National Hockey League, because even as a rookie in the American League, it takes time.
Picked up some penalty minutes, which might indicate he probably was a pretty good defensive player, pretty tough kid. Probably the reason he got the call-up. He's wearing number 17 in white tonight for the New York Islanders. John McEachran dug it out. McEachran to Francis. Francis and Uwe Krupp do battle. Still do battle. Healy couldn't get it out of the zone. Joey Mullen centered. McEachran couldn't get the tip on. Played by Ferraro. Ray Ferraro pinned in by McEachran. Tenacious forechecking now by Pittsburgh. They're putting the heat on, going all the way behind the net. Francis dumped to center. Fitzgerald near side for Volek. David Volek waiting. The high flip from Tom Barrasso.
And did he get nailed by Ronnie Francis after the dump in?
David Volek, who got dumped at center ice. Mullen brings it up. Mullen with Francis. Mullen the shot. It was blocked by Dennis Vasky. Played in the corner. Malakoff got it up. Larry Murphy holds it in. Goes wide side. Pittsburgh changing. Lemieux just came out. Lemieux got it. Waits. Mario Lemieux into the corner for Stevens. Stevens with Malakoff back in the middle for Lemieux, but he stayed back hard. Fitzgerald trying to clear it out. Can't. 1 minute to go in the period. Vasky. Lemieux putting the heat. Lemieux intercepts. Vasky trying to take him out of the play. Lemieux got it to Tocchet to the point. Jennings takes the shot. Deflects off Tocchet and into the seats. Mario Lemieux comes on the ice.
That's who he uses with the Loisel, Delgarno, Travis Green line up front, that he didn't get them out there that time.
Coming up during our first intermission, Jim Schoenfeld, El Morganti will be coming along with John Saunders. The analysis of this and other series that are going on. Boy, there are some great ones. Los Angeles putting the heat on Vancouver. They've got Vancouver down to a must-win situation, winning in another overtime, double overtime game in the wee hours of the morning East Coast time, and even early in the morning West Coast time by the time that got done. Kasparaitis clears it up. Final 27 seconds. Brought back in on the offside call.
And give it that much support, and you're able to play with it.
Rod Loisel got banged with a shot in the last game. He's got a bad right foot. He's out there. Delgarno coming in, but that's a two-line offside pass.
He's a top pick, 6th overall when he was drafted, and I think a lot of people thought he was going to be a big scorer. Now, as a defensive grinder, he is a terrific player and has really been important for Al Arbour in the playoffs.
And he led their team during the regular season with a +17. pretty strong number after all that. Up among the leaders in scoring despite games missed, tied for 4th in playoff scoring. He's got a 3-game scoring streak, 2 goals, 3 assists during those last 3 games. Big face-off here. Francis trying to get it back to Murphy, and then they'll go to Lemieux in the middle.
Division final, and a very fast-paced first period. A lot of times teams trying to open things up. It looked like the Islanders and the Penguins doing that with long passes.
Yeah, there was great speed in the game tonight. When people think pass, usually they think stick to stick, but when you have teams skating as quickly as these two teams tonight, the more effective pass is to dump the puck to an opening, allowing the player with speed to catch up to it. You'll see the puck here is going to come on the boards to Rick Talker of the Penguins. He'll see Kevin Stevens barreling down. He just dumps it to the hole. There goes Stevens. And Darius Kasparaitis has to come up with a good defensive play to break that rush up. Brian Mullen, neutral zone. Steve Thomas flying. And a great play here by Ulf Samuelsson. But the puck is still in the Penguin zone. And because of that great dump pass, you'll see a shot here by Thomas. Rung off the post, Tom Barrasso. And that's just the effectiveness. That's reading the rush, knowing the player is going, has a great chance to catch up to it, and allow.
After losing at home 4-1 on the power play, that's Brett Hull. So quick with the wrist, his 8th of the playoffs game was tied 1-1. Later in the first period, though, Bob Rouse just moves in, and Curtis Joseph peeks around. Looks like he has his eye on it, but under the glove for the goal. The Leafs lead it 2-1. Second period, Dave Andreychuk moves in. He beats Joseph, just chops it underneath him, 3-1. Second period, Felix Potvin taking over, and he simply shuts down the Blues. Great save after great save. The Leafs leading at 4-1 after 2. On to the third period. Mike Foligno breaks in. The nice pass to Glenn Anderson. 5-1 is the final. Lead the series 3-2. They talk about the change in Joseph.
We're getting a lot of traffic in front of him, and you know, some pucks are going in, and I think everybody gets frustrated when things aren't going well.
The Islanders' Ray Ferraro is leading the playoff with 11 goals. Here one from earlier in the series, beating Tom Barrasso on the nice fake there. 11 tops the list.
Healy, he and Tom Barrasso, the goaltenders. Ramsey shot saved by Healy. Stevens gloved it down, takes the shot. Lemieux looking for the rebound. Mario Lemieux, Claude Loisel. They go at it right away to start. Loisel's got the puck up for Green. It was behind him. Comes off the boards. Rich Pilon giving chase. Murphy will beat him to it. Larry Murphy back in his own end. Just underway, period number 2. Gary Thorne, Bill Clement in game 6 here of the Stanley Cup playoffs in this series between the Islanders and Pittsburgh. Lemieux hit Loisel going by. Murphy got it into Stevens. The shot wide. They're looking for each other out there now. Travis Green, Claude Loisel breaking. Can't get it to him, though. Back to play at Tom Barrasso. Both teams changing up ahead for Stevens. Blocked Delgarno. Delgarno got it into Benoit Hogue. Hogue spinning. Hogue drops it back into the middle. No room. Yes, there is. Vasky to Hogue. He banned on it. Centered for Vasky. Blocked by Samuelsson. Samuelsson blocking. Lemieux coming. He's got a 2-on-1 break. Malakoff in the middle now. 2-on-2. Mario Lemieux scores!
And Gary, this line took a chance at the other. Healy's stick in between his legs. He didn't pick that spot. He just let it rip.
Mario Lemieux has tied this game at 2-2. Lemieux has picked up his, and he comes right back to tie the game up. That was his second shot on goal in the game. He had one in the first. Ray Ferraro did not have a shot on goal in the first period for the Islanders. Their leading scorer, and there he is. Ferraro looking to center. Ferraro behind the net, had it taken away. Cleared up near side. Uwe Krupp stepped up to hold it in momentarily, then dumped the center by Samuelsson.
You know what else Mario Lemieux had on that shift was a hit. He doesn't have 10 hits a year. That tells you how much Claude Loisel has really gotten to him.
Daniel spins it around the net, and it was Loisel who he got the hit on. Derek King to center for Ferraro, knocked away. Taglianetti over to Jennings. Grant Jennings gains the red line and dumps. Lemieux getting his 52nd career playoff goal. Ulf Samuelsson and Tom Barrasso. The assists at 116. Barrasso led all goaltenders in assists during the regular season.
But this time it wasn't a pass. Usually Tom Barrasso's assists come from passes. I think he just got that assist from making a save.
And a whistle on a delayed offside call. Fortunate for the Islanders, and now Pittsburgh has come up with a jump.
Coaches better hope that their best players are able to kill penalties or they won't get them on the ice. The Pittsburgh problem for Yager and Stevens is they got too many good players.
Mario Lemieux got 23 minutes and 52 seconds in that last game, and he is a penalty killer, of course, and on the power play, and double shifting as well, of course, when he's feeling well, and he is right now. At center, Baskey's got it. Baskey ran it by Loney, but that's as far as he could get it. Tippett takes it from Samuelson. Dave Tippett rushes the middle. Yager and Loney on the line with him. Healy holds it up. Malakoff's got it. Malakoff dumping it up. Not out of the zone. Tippett holding it in. Tippett looking for Yager. Yager, the shot fanned on it. Covered up. Loney gets dumped by Bryant.
From his glove hand, they didn't do that in Game 5.
This one a must for them. Ramsey shot. Deflected. Kasparaitis has it. Kasparaitis leading the rush. Loisel knocked away by Murphy. Good poke check by Larry Murphy. Kasparaitis chasing it down. He got dumped from behind. Fans wanted the call. Sent up by Lemieux. Pilon moving in. Pilon lost it. Lemieux in the middle. Oh, my Lord, what a shot. It went off Healy's stick, but how did he even get that shot off? Reaching around the defenseman. Ripped the wrist shot on goal, but it was wide.
Ladies and gentlemen.
That's the little things that great players are capable of doing. Watch Rick Tocchet. Pilon for the Islanders thinks he's going to get driven into the boards, but all Tocchet does is move him away from the puck, center it out here on the play to Mario Lemieux. With that reach, got the maximum stick length of 60 inches, and I think his arms are about 8 yards long.
Nobody else is going to get a shot off like that in a situation like that. Game tied at 2. Stevens brings it in. Stevens centered, tipped in front. Good defensive play to help out as they had Tocchet cutting in. Kasparaitis blocked it, lost it. Murphy, the shot, missed it on the short side. And right now it's all Pittsburgh. They're putting the heat on. Samuelson avoiding Loisel. Kasparaitis up but not out. Larry Murphy held it in. Now Loisel gets it out of the zone. Somehow the Islanders have got to find a way to get the offensive thrust back in this game. Tocchet centering again. Banged off the side of the net by Stevens. Healy held the short post down on the far side. Kasparaitis away from the play. Ooh, got cut, and I'm not sure how.
Please will Mike Adebato.
I don't think the officials are sure either, although both linesmen are talking to Mark Fawcett, the referee.
20-year-old taken down on the play on the far side after the puck had been swept around the boards. Boy, did he feel that one.
He'll be back. He might not even leave the bench. Well, we should be able to pick it up on this. Rick Tocchet kept the play alive. Look at Kasparaitis. He's, oh, man, did he run right into Tocchet's stick? I think he skated right into Tocchet's stick. Tocchet was sort of following through. Maybe he held it up as kind of a spear for Kasparaitis to have to skate through.
5-minute major they're going to get away with because there's not going to be one. Want to remind you, coming up on car action heats up, the Winston Cup's first road race of the season, live from Sonoma, California. ESPN brings you all the action coming up this Sunday. Uwe Krupp takes it behind the net, so Kasparaitis has gone in, probably for stitches, up to Ray Ferraro. Ferraro into the middle, Travis Green crisscrossing. Green brings it in, and he gets hit in the face. This one's going to go.
Yeah, they won't get away with this one.
Oh, Samuelson.
No, I think it was Ronnie Francis, Gary. I think it was Ronnie Francis when he was back checking, and if they lose Francis, they'll be losing, well, probably the second key guy to Mario Lemieux up front, because Ron Francis does so much for this hockey team. They're checking the damage now.
Pittsburgh got away with the first one.
Not this one. Mark Fawcett has motioned to the door. Ronnie Francis is out of here, and the Islanders get a 5-minute major power play here.
A 5-minute major, and the automatic that goes with it, a game disqualification. Ron Francis is out for the game.
So the Penguins lose their top face-off man, their top defensive center, their second-line center on the power play, and sometimes their left point man on their power play. The guy that means a whole bunch to Scotty Bowman and his team. So first things first, the Penguins have to survive this 5-minute power play, and it's a great opportunity for the Islanders. And then after that, Scotty's got to deal with the loss of Ron Francis. I mean, Dave Tippett will get more ice time. Mario's going to have to step up some ice time. But remember, Martin Straka is a rookie center that is a fourth-line center that will undoubtedly have to move up into a third-line center spot unless Scotty Bowman decides to juggle and put a winger in at center. And I don't know, looking up and down his lineup, if that looks really logical. Sean McEachern is a logical choice if he picks one.
Yep. So the bench is shortened for the Pittsburgh Penguins as Francis is lost for the game on this play.
Yep, there's no way this was intentional. Ron Francis, obviously, he understands the penalty you have to pay, but nevertheless, if it's deemed as careless, that's all that has to happen.
Travis Green being attended to on the ice and then went to the bench and not the locker room, so he's all right. Mario comes out on the short-handed unit. And remember, on the only other opportunity that they've had. So, big point in this game. 4.5 minutes into the second period, game tied at 2. Mario Lemieux tied it up in this period. The Islanders have the 5-minute power play. See if they can get it going. Remember, Pittsburgh is also dangerous when they're short-handed. They've scored 5 short-handed goals themselves. That's up in the C. A shot on goal, remember, in the first period. They need to get him involved in the offense. Chased in the corner. Ferraro along the half boards. Taken away by Larry Murphy. Murphy up to Lemieux, and Lemieux gets it out the center. Mullen giving chase. The race with Tommy Kurbers. Mullen right on him. Up for Delgarno. Lemieux right there to poke it away. Near side to King. Derek King. King from the red line. They'll dump and chase on the power play, trying to get it set up. Delgarno banged it up in the air. Got it to Ferraro. Ferraro guarded closely by Larry Murphy. Derek King over to get it. King pinned up in the corner again. Kurbers back to Malakoff. The cannon shot. Save made. Rebound Ferraro behind the net. Ray Ferraro. He'll set up in front. Shot by Kurbers. Save Barrasso. Rebound tipped in. Knocked away by Samuelson. Murphy does battle in the corner. Kurbers again. Lemieux comes after him. Lemieux deflected it. Mullen trying to get it out to Lemieux. Couldn't bang it through. Kurbers runs it in. Dropped it. Centered. King the shot. Deflecting save Barrasso. Rebound. A penalty. Nope. No call. It was hit with a high stick by Pittsburgh. They keep it going. Malakoff over to King. 5-minute power play for the Islanders. Malakoff back to King. Malakoff, the shot, deflected down low. Barrasso knocks it away. Tommy Kurbers behind the net. Larry Murphy looking for the alley to get it out. Instead, he put it up into the...
Might have called for a goalie, but finally the Islanders get this shot away. Malakoff shot. Larry Murphy in front, deflected into the boards.
They're really good at this game now. It's 17-10.
Boy, Derek King has had so many good chances in this hockey game, and he has scored one of the Islanders' goal. Here's a shot from point blank, and I mentioned Barrasso's position. See how quickly he came across the net and was there? Watch this whack out of midair here.
Pretty good hit, wasn't
Joey
it?
Mullen, perfect hit. And it went to an Islander, so it wasn't blown down.
The Islanders in a 2-2 game. Red line from Kurbers, bangs it in around the glass. Benoit Hogue over to get it, deflected it in the corner. Hogue chasing it down. Hogue to Thomas. Thomas to Coop. Uwe Coop to Kurbers. Kurbers the wrister. Barrasso the save. Rebound. Thomas deflected off Peter Taglianetti. Taglianetti and Barrasso both down on the ice. Great chance. Lemieux comes back out on the penalty killing unit. Kurbers runs it in. 2:57 to go on the power play. Barrasso will play this one out himself. Mario Lemieux was breaking up ice. Ryan Mullen turns it. Mullen, Thomas, Hogue, Thomas the shot. That's blocked into the corner. Played by Taglianetti to Mullen. Lemieux breaking again, and they know it. Lemieux was up ice again. Uwe Krupp knocked it down to Malakoff. Malakoff, that big point shot, dumps it in for Mullen, but Mario Lemieux will get there first. Lemieux around the boards. Ferraro tipped it to Krupp. Krupp holding it in. Down to 2:06 to go on the power play. Mullen, Taglianetti, shot, score! Ray Ferraro!
You had to know that the Penguins could not survive this much pressure for 5 minutes. A terrific play by Brian Mullen in behind. It was a 2-on-2, man-to-man situation with Taglianetti on Brian Mullen, but he was still able to make a pass out to Ray Ferraro. Barrasso had no time to adjust. He turned around and Ferraro was in his face, and the Islanders now have 2 minutes and 2 seconds to go on the major penalty to Ron Francis.
What a playoff by Ray Ferraro, taking over with their leading scorer, Pierre Turgeon, out. Ferraro's 4th goal of this series. King brings it in. Islanders lead 3-2. Malakoff over to Kerber. Kerber sends it for Delgado. Ferraro to King. King. Malakoff. Derek King back along the line. And Samuelson on him. Ferraro shot blocked by Murphy. Ferraro gets knocked down. This is going to create a short-ended chance. Tippett drops it off. Tippett to the net. Tocchet to him. Shot and a save by Healy. Short-ended effort. Nobody near him. Islanders got to play it. And at 23 left to go on the power play. Len Healy with a save with a short-handed break. Ferraro sends it in. Barrasso's able to play this one. Goes right straight up the middle.
Last 2 times the Islanders have not been able to get it hard around by Tom Barrasso. For the first part of this power play they were successful, but you see what happens when Barrasso has the time to get his stick on it. He dumps it out himself.
Uwe Krupp, a little room. Krupp. Ramsey on him. Pushes the stick away. Malakoff, the shot, tipped wide of Barrasso. That did not hit his glove. It deflected wide. Rebound again out along the point. Thomas. Thomas centering shot. Just missed. Barrasso got the stick on it coming across on Uwe Krupp. Hogue. Benoit Hogue ends up working the point as they rotate back. Taken away by Lemieux. Hogue got it back to Thomas. Into the middle. Malakoff can't get a stick on it. That'll force Healy out to get it. The power play at 7:22. Ferraro got it. Thomas near side. Samuelson knocks him down. And Shell Samuelson clears the zone. Ryan Mullen and Thomas the assists on Ferraro's goal. Islanders 3, Pittsburgh 2. 14 seconds left on this 5-minute power play. They have scored 1 goal. Tommy Kerber's around 2. Kerber's looking. Mullen cutting. Mullen on his shooting side. Mullen back out. Samuelson intercepted. Held in by Baskey. Penalty is over. On the ice, Mike Needham. Sticks get up out Samuelson and Steve Thomas. So they got 1 power play goal on the 5-minute advantage to take the 3-2 lead. Rich Pilon gets it up ice. Thomas over without his helmet. Thomas brings it in. Samuelson finds him again. Thomas finds Samuelson. They've been going at it the entire shift. They're still at it, and penalties coming up.
The ice finally way over in the other corner moments ago. Samuelson took a roughing penalty. He went for Thomas. Fawcett still didn't call it. You see Thomas got the stick up in Samuelson's face, and then Samuelson spun around. I would have a hard time dishing out an individual penalty on that play. To me, that just looked like a battle between 2 guys. But Fawcett saw it as a Samuelson rough, so here the Penguins short again. This is like game 5.
Boy, it is, isn't it? Wide open. So Thomas won that war as far as getting his team the power play. Kasparaitis, who had the bloody cut on his nose, is back. He just came out of the dressing room. Ulf Samuelson is out for roughing at 9:48. Tonight, 1 for 2 in the power play. So the Islanders get another chance at it. They are playing with the advantage here in this second period. 3-2 Islanders. 10-12 left to go in the second. That's Brad Delgado and Ray Ferraro who scored the last power play goal. 4 of his 12 playoff goals this season have come on the power play. Mario Lemieux will tackle him here on the faceoff. Lemieux won it, but they whistle it. Tried to drop it back, but it goes all the way into the zone. Power play here for the Islanders, who are leading 3-2 in a must-win game. Game 7 Friday. If the Islanders win, Pittsburgh takes on Montreal starting the conference championship Sunday if they win here. Len Healy. Healy drops it off for Malakoff. Vladimir Malakoff into the zone. Ramsey decks him after he dumped it in. Barrasso plays it around the boards. Tocchet was there to get it out of the zone. Pittsburgh doing a great job here, not letting the Islanders get set up. Offside, Tocchet. Tocchet. Kervers brings it up. Minute 4 left on the power play. Kervers wanted to go one way, then went the other. Samuelson lost in front. Thomas to the point, couldn't control it. Short-handed. Baskey able to play it at center. Peter Taglianetti tried to push it in front. Tocchet onside, short-handed. Tocchet knocked down by Kervers. Tommy Kervers Got it over to Mullen. Ryan Mullen in. 44 left in the power play. Shell Samuelson, look out. Hogue was coming and got a pretty good piece of it. Mullen holds it in, but Shell Samuelson hit by Hogue, lost it. Thomas to Curvers. Curvers can't get it to sit. It bounced right over his stick. Off the back of the net. In front. Thomas shot. Score! Steve Thomas!
The Gunners are gunning for the Islanders. And the power play is back. Steve Thomas very smartly picked the puck up and moved away from Tom Barrasso, but I don't know what Tom Barrasso was looking at here. It's not like Tom Barrasso not to get his stick out and get involved in that play. Maybe he thought one of his guys was coming to get it, but it was Steve Thomas, his first goal in this series, and a big sigh of relief because he is a gunner, and once he gets hot, look out. So Thomas has scored, King has scored, Ray Ferraro has scored. They're the Gunners.
4-2 lead, and they have 2 power play goals. They are 2 for 3. One of those chances, a 5-minute power play, but it still counts.
Now, once Tom Barrasso saw Thomas coming around, he just went down to one knee, and he gave away the short side, went off his pad, and just up and over him.
The Islanders trying to take this to 7 games. Steve Thomas. Thomas had a terrific regular season and just has been lost here in this series. He was their second leading scorer with 87 points, 37 goals. Now it's a 2-goal lead. Talon back to get it. Straka. Yager over there. Can't control the puck though. Bounced out of the zone. Nobody's got it. Barrasso comes way out to play it. Along the line, Martin Straka came back. Larry Murphy. Murphy drops it off. Straka coming. Straka with Stevens. Stevens the shot. Save Healy. Rebound. Fitzgerald tipped it away. Fitzgerald coming in to help out in a hurry. Thomas's goal, the power play at 11:20. Curvers and Benoit Hogue. 2 power play goals in a row here for the New York Islanders for a 4-2 lead.
Scotty Bowman's first order of business, get some of his key people back on the ice. We haven't seen Yager or Stevens, so now they're out there with Martin Straka, really the only guy that came into this game as a center that didn't kill the penalties. Lemieux and Dave Tippett were the other 2, but they killed.
Lakota took a hit from Straka right in the face. Yager, Baskey all over an empty net. Score! Straka set up by Jaromir Jagr as Healy got caught out of the net.
Gary, this is a huge goal for the Penguins, a huge goal. This crowd was carrying the Islanders and pushing them higher and higher, and they were in complete control of this game. Had the Penguins by 2 goals, and now the Penguins really in their first shift. This is the line that Scotty Bowman started after the power play goal was scored. Have made it a 4-3 hockey game. Yager looked like he jumped out of the way. Baskey pushed him, and Martin Straka, who made it to the front of the net, was able to get there before anybody. Watch here. See if there's any cause for interference. Oh, Yager looked like he was fighting to make contact with Healy, but there was no call on it.
Because the Islander player, Baskey, was involved in all that, I think that's why there's no call, despite Healy's plea for something. So Glenn Healy caught out of the net. Martin Straka's got 2 in this game, and isn't it just like the Pittsburgh Penguins to find somebody like Straka when they need him?
Well, this is a real test of depth for their centers. I mean, Ron Francis is as valuable in many ways as Mario Lemieux. Certainly not as an offensive force, but when you take Francis out of the lineup, you are taking out a bunch.
So it is a 4-3 game as Straka gets it back to 1. Tom Barrasso up the boards. Loisel tried to hold it in, but it bounces by him. Straka from Yager and Stevens at 12:22. Just a minute 2 after the Islander goal. Lemieux dumped Kasparaitis. Kasparaitis decked him. Kasparaitis decks him, no call. And they're still going at it. He hit him in the face and skates away.
Mark Possett is in over his head. The referee here is in over his head.
This thing's got a chance. If it wasn't Game 6 getting out of control, may yet. Lemieux is really fired, and they hit again. There'll be a penalty this time, and Kasparaitis once more.
Oh, Kasparaitis is incensed, and Mario got the cross-check up on him, and Kasparaitis was demonstrating that, but that's not what Fawcett is calling. He is calling Kasparaitis, but this game has been so hard to predict, and Mark Fawcett is having a real tough time.
Chamber members support you and the community through their chamber membership. We hope you support your community through the patronage of chamber members. Thank you.
Well, here are some of the things that led to this confrontation. First, Mario Lemieux with a cross-check from behind that wasn't called. Kasparaitis got up from that and delivered a straight left to the chin of Lemieux after Lemieux went down. Now watch this. There's the cross-check to stick up under the arm with Kasparaitis with the straight left to Lemieux. Kasparaitis goes off. And I'll tell you, Gary, you know, we've worked for a short while, and I've worked this game for a long time, and I really respect the job that the officials have to do. It is a very, very difficult job. But I have seen absolute night and day performances from Mark Fawcett in St. Louis, and not only in St. Louis to here, but from one 5-minute segment to the next here. And that's why I made that comment. I'm in complete support of the officials. They have a tremendously difficult job. But this game in spurts has seemed to get away from Mark Fawcett.
I agree, Bill. I agree with you. I think both of them had to go on that one, and long before the call that was made on Kasparaitis for roughing at 13:15. A power play now for Pittsburgh. Lemieux got tied up by Fitzgerald. Had it, lost it. Krug clears it out. Fitzgerald got dumped by Al Samuelson as he tried to get out of the zone. There's a lot of stuff going on behind the play in this game. Stevens moves through center, had Benoit hold all over him. Cleared out of the zone again. Stevens and Krupp at the other end are both looking at Fawcett because they both just speared each other. Tocchet turns around and dumps it in. Held up by behind the net by Healy, trying to clear it. It bounces off Baskey's stick into the seats. We'll take a breath. John.
Take a deep one. Well, we take the Dodge playoff update. We go back to double overtime last night between the Kings and the Canucks. Luc Robitaille finds Gary Shuchuk, who's been in Phoenix most of the year. He finds the opening.
Wasn't called.
Power play Pittsburgh. Samuelson shot off the blocker of Glenn Healy. Pittsburgh's got the advantage here, trying to get this game tied up. Stevens to Lemieux. Mario Lemieux from behind the net. Back and forth. Tocchet. 55 on the power play. Samuelson for Murphy. Loisel didn't get it out. See if that costs him. Lemieux. Tocchet looking. Tried to center. Shot. Score! Kevin Stevens. It cost them dearly. This game's tied at 4.
And Mario Lemieux is fighting his way through people and by the referee to congratulate Kevin Stevens. And now Lemieux is turning back and jawing at both Fitzgerald and Loisel. Boy, I'll tell you what, the trash talk continues. Lemieux had to transition this puck immediately. He knew he was getting closed on by Malakoff, so he got it out to Rick Tocchet, and it made a double bank to get to Kevin Stevens. It wasn't a clean pass at all. It was a double carom pool shot that made its way to Kevin Stevens, and Stevens didn't get much on it either, but just enough. But the real pretty play was the one by Lemieux. There it is, the double bounce, and it finally bounced off of Stevens' pad, I think, and down to his feet.
Suddenly the power plays are working. 2 for 3 for the Islanders, 1 for 2 for Pittsburgh, as Kevin Stevens gets the goal, his second of this series, and the 2-goal lead the New York Islanders had is gone.
No, when we threw it back at the end of the first period, John Saunders said when we had said Claude Loisel trying to get Mario Lemieux off his game, and John said quickly, or wake him up. And John played this game. Way to go, John. You were on top of it.
He woke him up.
Well, I mean, Mario doesn't jaw back. And I'll tell you what, Mario's cool enough not to take dumb penalties in this situation, but his adrenaline flow, it doubles. Boy, he's dangerous enough even on a flat night, let alone with a double adrenaline flow.
It is not a flat night tonight. Dave Tippett holding it in. Tippett, Daniels along the boards. Yager getting pushed by Uwe Krupp. Great job by Yager to hold it in. Glenn Healy back to get it. Shots are 22-14 in favor of Pittsburgh now. Yager turnaround went wide with Daniels in front of the net. Uwe Krupp's got it. That has also quieted this full house here on the island again. Samuelson back to get there first for the touch-up. That will be an icing call. Face-off in the zone. zone, and Pittsburgh trying to hold it in. Yager dumped it deep. Baskey goes back to get it. Gary Thorne, Bill Clement. Great game 6 here on the island in New York. 4:26 to go in the second. The Islanders and Pittsburgh are tied at 4-4. Pittsburgh trying to wrap this series up. The Islanders trying to send it to Game 7 on Friday. He intercepted Larry Murphy. Murphy coming with Straka, who's got 2 goals, to Murphy. Murphy for Troy Loney. Save made by Healy. Healy complaining. Troy Loney took a whack at him. Down the middle, Derek King tied up Samuelson. Back for Ferraro. He never got it on the stick. Cleared out of the zone to Troy Loney. Loney in a 3-on-2 break. Loney with Straka and Tocchet. Straka looking. Straka for the hat trick. Saved by Healy. Rebound Pilon. Pilon got it up the boards. Al Samuelson steps up to hold it in and did. Tocchet tried to center. Kasparaitis back up for Baskey. For King, rather. King knocked away by Lemieux. King held it. Dumps it in the zone. Both teams changing it up. 3 minutes, 38 seconds to go in the second period. 4-4 game. Mario Lemieux down the middle. Little hook from Loisel turned him. Lemieux centering. Tocchet off his skate and on to Healy's stick. But Healy knocked it away to the corner. Stevens up the boards. Grant Jennings holding it in. Kasparaitis back to get it. Kasparaitis. Stitches and all. Heads up ice. Kasparaitis leaves it. Claude Loisel, the big shot, save, rebound. Delgarno, save again by Barrasso. In front, Kasparaitis coming down low to help out. Back for Delgarno. Lemieux reached in and got it away to Tocchet. Tocchet not out. Travis Green held it in. Grant Jennings will try. Green knocks it down. Back comes Pittsburgh. Lemieux. Mario in. Leaves it. Back from Stevens. Nobody could get that on the way through. Delgarno. Pittsburgh back on defense, 3-on-3. Brad Delgarno, poke checked away at the line. Uwe Krupp, and it's offside. He's spreading out the scoring. Getting the scorers in. Krupp dumped it behind the net. Down to 2:30 to go. Shot, Mullen. Save, Barrasso. Lost it. But found it in time. This will be an icing call. Tommy Kerber's back to get it.
Man rush, and if it looks like it's not going to be a decent play, get it in deep and do what they do best.
Our Dodge Intermission Report. Jim and Al standing by with the analysis of this game and a look at Felix the Cat. John Saunders will be there to update all the other series and what's going on as well. And our Dodge Intermission Report coming up 2 minutes and 20 seconds. Dave Tippett. Face-off one back to Ramsey. Around for Larry Murphy. Murphy up the middle for Tippett. Poked away by Malakoff, and he paid dearly for that one as Malakoff made him part of the plexiglass. Into the zone. Everybody along the blue line. Thomas trying to hold it in. Did. Mullen looking for the screen. Got it. Shot. Save. Rebound. Thomas who went behind the net. Mullen's got it again. Mullen up to Benoit. Hogue. In the circle. Center. Tip on Barrasso. Save made, and he'll cover as he had Thomas.
Who, Dave Tippett, look out. You know, you have a choice. That pass was up to Tippett, and he actually stopped it and tried to make a pass. If you just deflect it out, then you can bail out of that situation. Joey O'Brien, the brother, act in the corner, and then another scoring chance for the Islanders. But this is what I'm talking about. Their forecheck is terrific.
Tom Barrasso, 45 playoff wins, 11th best in National Hockey League history in the playoffs, chasing Jerry Cheevers now. Cheevers is the man ahead of him who has 47. A couple more, and Barrasso will be catching him. And in case you're wondering, Billy Smith is the all-time leader in goaltenders for wins, 88 for Billy Smith, so a ways to go to catch him. But Smith, Dryden, and Fuhr, the top 3 all-time. Smith 88, Dryden with 80, and Grant Fuhr with 77. Face-off comes to the right here with 1:56 to go of Tom Barrasso. Second period. New York Islanders at home. Trying to send this back to Pittsburgh Friday night. Game tied. Bounced along the blue line again. Still in the zone. Dumped in by King. Barrasso over to get it. Fanned on it. Came the other side of the net. How did that happen?
Tom Barrasso looked back. That had to hit something. I don't know what happened, but it made a left turn. Perfect 90-degree turn out in front.
He was trying to send it around the boards one way. It came right up in front of the net on the other side.
The only thing I can think of is that it was flat against the boards and hit that joint between the boards and came out.
Uwe Krupp. Fitzgerald at center. Fitzgerald, Ferraro, and King. Shell Samuelson. Ron Francis has been lost in this game for Pittsburgh. Out out with a high sticking major and the automatic game disqualification in this second period. The Islanders get one power play goal during that 5-minute advantage. Off the boards, Loisel to Ferraro cutting through, but he didn't get the tip. 1 minute left to go in the period. Lemieux out there. Kasparaitis holds it in. Swinging around Kasparaitis. Stevens took him down. The hit. Kasparaitis back to the point. Attempted centering pass by Green was stolen 2-on-2. Yager and Murphy. Larry Murphy to Yager. Lemieux with him. Yager in. Yager the move. Yager, what a play! Hit the post, then gets leveled by Pilon. And Healy made the save, but what a play by Jaromir Yager.
He has got more gears and more directional changes for a big man than anybody in the game at 6'2", 210. Stop, start, left, right. You can't tell which way he's going. I mean, he cut in here, and it looked like he was going around Healy, then back the other way. Just hit the outside of the post. Oh, man. Did Healy make a save? Now, Yager's not taking exception with the hit. He's just mad he didn't score.
He's going to be another 100-point man. Finished up just 6 shy of that this season during the regular season.
The hair. He needs another haircut.
Unbelievable. Game tied at 4. Glenn Healy and Tom Barrasso both have seen the opposite side colors charging in on them here in Game 6. Yager.
You know, Scotty Bowman, now that Yager's, and you could tell Yager looked possessed when he started to play after those penalties. Scotty just needs to turn him loose, Gary. Here it is. Another look at it. Murphy to Yager and a one-on-one on Travis Green. In fact, he hooped Travis Green. What a save.
He's like the good race car driver. You can hear those gears, the gears shifting.
It's one thing to shift direction, but it's another thing to keep your momentum going. You don't throw people off and still have enough speed to get to the net.
And control the puck while you're doing all of that. And all of that. Lemieux, we're in the final 30 seconds here of this second period. Hung on to by Green. Lemieux shot! Didn't go in. Covered up by Healy. They were celebrating the go-ahead goal. Healy said, wait a minute.
Going to hit the post.
Not sure what that hit.
It got clear to the goal line, I thought, and then came shooting back. I think it hit the post. And this is as good a look at how tough Mario Lemieux is to tie up as anything you'll ever see. Travis Green isn't a small kid. He tips him at $1.95. And after hog-tying Lemieux and holding him, finally Lemieux just pulls away. But if it hit a post, it's going to be the post on the left. Bingo. It looked like it went off of Healy and off the post and back.
And under Healy.
Wow.
Mario Lemieux, his average in playoff games, just under 2 points a game. The highest ever in National Hockey League history. There you see the numbers for him tonight. He still has a long way to go, as we've said, to catch Gretzky for points and goals, but he certainly is on the streak. Islanders just trying to survive here in this final minute of the second period. Pittsburgh's put the heat on. Coop gets decked by Stevens, and it's a delayed offside call.
Yeah, up till tonight's game, the Islanders' power play was 3 for 27 against the Pens, only 11% efficiency, but they scored 2 big power play goals in that second period. On the power play, you want to outnumber your opponent. You'll see the puck come here. Benoit, Hogue, Samuelson. Hogue's going to bump him. Now, where's the outnumber? The outnumber is Steve Thomas coming in to get the loose puck. Purvis does a good job keeping this puck in. Thomas, who started the play, is going to get it here. Brassel leaves the post too soon. He guesses at the shot, and Thomas rifles it home. And that was the second of 2 power play goals for the Islanders, and a real big goal because the Pens keep...
This year, he became a hero with overcoming the cancer, the Hodgkin's disease, and the bad back. But in this last period, we saw some of the reasons why he wasn't always a favorite in opposing rinks. Late in the period, he's deep in the zone. He gets pushed by little Darius Kasparaitis, and boy, he looks like he just got shot with a cannon going down. This is what infuriates people. Later, same time, same period, Kasparaitis comes in, hits him. Okay, there's a penalty. Again, he goes down like he's got legs of jello there. This guy's 6'6", obviously trying to draw that penalty. Kasparaitis going at him, hey, you want some more? He doesn't want any part of that. How he's going to get you is in a couple of minutes, he's going to help set up the power play to kill you. He
shifted some.
Yes, Curtis Joseph, whose name was Cujo, he was the hot story in the first part of this last series, in the first round series. Ironically, that's now changed from Cujo to Felix the Cat. Felix the Cat, obviously. Felix Potvin, rookie goaltender of the Toronto Maple Leafs, playing anything like a rookie.
Yeah, without question about that.
Being scored. Generally, you think of equipment as something that protects the players, but there have been at least 2 goals in which the equipment caused very bizarre goals. The first is Dave Anderchuk with the Toronto Maple Leafs, and Dave was going to leave the zone after dropping his glove. He's going to pick it up, the puck's going, but he doesn't, and the puck stays in. Anderchuk is there, and he scores a big goal. This gave the Leafs a 3-1 lead. Without the glove coming off, he's gone. That worked out well for Anderchuk. Eric Desjardins, the Montreal Canadiens, drops his glove. He's going to pick it up. 9 seconds left in the game. There's Yuri Himalev. Boy, he scores a big goal. That tied the game 3-3 in overtime, but the Habs went on to win it anyway, so we don't know what bizarre thing.
Kasparaitis, a little pile driver into the boards. Watch this straight left, boom, to the jaw. Down goes Mario Lemieux. About 15 seconds after that play on the other side of the ice, a huge collision between Kasparaitis and Lemieux. Down went Lemieux and off went Kasparaitis.
The traction is really working for Mario's back. If he's going through what he's going through tonight and still feeling fine. Those are some shots.
Yeah, the torture test has been applied. The New York Islanders let Mario off easily in Game 5. They really didn't touch him. But he has been given a rough ride in this one. Mario has played just about half of this game because we played 40 minutes of it. A couple of points, 3 shots on goal, and a lot of penalty killing. Darius Kasparaitis was cut over the eye in the second period. It was the second period, wasn't it, or was it late in the first?
Second period.
Second period. Stick from Rick Tocchet.
Al Arbour trying to lead the Islanders on to Game 7. We're underway, 3rd period. Shots are 24-18 in favor of Pittsburgh. Ron Francis is out of the game, had a high sticking in the automatic game disqualification that went with it in that second period. Islanders got 1 power play on that on the 5-minute advantage. Here in the 3rd, held in Claude Loisel, dumped it behind the net. Tom Barrasso to get it. He left it. Brad Delgarno. Stevens comes in and takes it away. Kevin Stevens out of the zone. Rich Pilon and Kasparaitis, the defensive pairing. Right in, the bouncing puck on Barrasso. Murphy goes back to get it. Islanders have picked up their goals in this game from Brad Delgarno. Tocchet takes the shot, deflected. Delgarno, King, Ray Ferraro, and Thomas. For the Pittsburgh Penguins, Martin Strock has picked up 2. Mario Lemieux and Kevin Stevens. Loisel really wanted to shoot that, but it went off the end of the stick and way wide. Thomas up to the point. Fitzgerald hit Thomas with a shot. Rebound cleared out. Taglianetti trying to break Lemieux. Malakoff was there to play it back. Taglianetti. No matter what situation Pittsburgh is in, the way they play rarely changes. They will always be looking for Mario Lemieux breaking. He will always go back and try and get behind the defense. Thomas's shot right back to him. Dumps free. Straka. Straka's got Yager. Yager's got room. Yager shot saved by Healy. Kerber's got there just in time to prevent Yager from being able to cut in front of the net. Out of the zone, Brian Mullen got it up to Thomas. Thomas, Hogan, Mullen. Hook checked away from him by Samuelson to Troy Loney. Loney dishes it off for Straka. Straka ahead. Samuelson up. Yager. Yager into the zone and offside Jennings on the left and on the near side.
Put his left leg out and try to jam into the front.
Kerbers was just coming off the bench when he finally caught up with him. That was Uwe Krug who gave that shot to Yager. Face off outside the Islander blue line. Crowd here tonight of 16,297. Waiting to see if their Islanders can do it. Jammed up, Yager at center. Ray Ferraro's had 1 shot. On that shot, he got a goal. Taken back by Vaski. And this Vaski will start from behind his own net. 2 minutes into the 3rd period. Did you say overtime? Vaski starts it up ice. Ray Ferraro at the blue line. Ferraro dumps it in. The rookie sends it in wide of the net. Steve Junker back out there. He's had about 4 shifts in this game. During this late, Junker called up today. Patrick Flatley out with a twisted knee. Junker's first National Hockey League game, which, man, oh man, could only probably Game 7 of the Stanley Cup Finals about the only thing that would have more intensity. Sent back in by Ramsey, near side to Malakoff. Malakoff up for King, tipped it out, played there by Dave Tippett. Waits for his teammates to clear. Vaski back. Malakoff helping, lost it. Mullen trying to jam. Glenn Healy created his own problem that time, misplaying the puck, but he got away with it. Thomas brings it up. Thomas can't get it through Ramsey. Thomas centered. Benoit Hogue blocked by Larry Murphy. Shot. Nope. Curvis dumps it into Hogue. Hogue centering. Thomas. Save made by Tommy Barrasso on Steve Thomas.
His best. Barrasso's best save.
Murphy in, stripped with the puck by Mullen, who clears the zone. Alt Samuelson over to Mullen. Mullen looking. Mullen with Tippett. Mullen in. Mullen looking. Shot. Just missed on the glove side. Mullen had McEachran standing at the post. Uwe Krupp read the pass. He'll feather that one in. Benoit Hogue and Murphy. Alt Samuelson back. Samuelson with Tippett in the middle. Tippett, Mullen and McEachran. McEachran heads to the bench. Shot deflected to Mullen. Mullen right back off the boards. The whole line will change it up here for Pittsburgh. In the middle, Brad Delgarno. Delgarno's pass for Fitzgerald. Fitzgerald jammed on the boards by Taglianetti. Cleared around by Alt Samuelson over to Kevin Stevens. Stevens, Lemieux, and Tocchet out now for Pittsburgh. Mario Lemieux 1-1 in this game over to Tocchet. His shot deflected off Pilon. Played by Fitzgerald. Made the quick spin to Delgarno. Delgarno drops it in the middle. Kasparaitis up. Kasparaitis trying to center. Intercepted by Lemieux. Lemieux controls around the boards. Delgarno held it in. Flips it back to the near side. Taglianetti collides with Loisel. Rich Pilon will play it at the blue line. The tenseness of a must-win game for the Islanders here in the third period. Nobody wants to make the mistake on either team toss the goal. Nobody wants to be out of position. Loisel following it in Delgarno. He and Taglianetti collide. Puck rolled by them both to Tocchet. Tocchet not out. Yes, he did. King tried to hold it in, could not. 15:23 to go.
Where you want to be.
Tom Barrasso's best save of this hockey game moments ago on Steve Thomas. Curvers into the corner. Right up in front of Steve Thomas, and Barrasso had to be so quick to get back to the middle of the net. Barrasso joins Larry Murphy and Mario Lemieux as major trophy finalists. Tom Barrasso, along with Ed Belfour and Curtis Joseph, is a finalist for the Vezina Trophy for the league's best goalie.
Malakoff got tied up and got away with it. Ferraro trying to break King off the boards. Barrasso read it just as King was coming. Cleared up by Samuelson, not out. Deflected in front of the net and up into the seats as Grant Jennings back with Krupp for the Islanders. One back to Tommy Curvis. Curvis tried to wrist it in front. Mullen blocked it. Over to Brian Mullen. Barrasso has to make the save on the centering pass coming through the middle.
Lost, I think, at this point by Tom Barrasso or Glenn Healy.
Yep. Tommy Curvis drops it back to Uwe Krupp. Pittsburgh, previous series against the Islanders, previous years, has never won a deciding game against the Islanders, one that decided a series. 0 for 5. Those are different years, different teams. Still the number. Mullen. Cross ice for Thomas. Thomas, Samuelson lines him up. Benoit Hogue in, hit by Tippett. Puck freed up behind the net. In front. Mullen shot. Score! Great work behind the net.
This is the terrific forechecking that we talked about. When the Islanders can get the game into the corners, they forecheck like demons. Terrific work by Steve Thomas and Benoit Hogue in one corner right here. And it's man-to-man, 2-on-2 all the way. Brian Mullen waited to move into that spot till he saw Steve Thomas coming. And Brian Mullen has given the Islanders a 5-4 lead. And the key to the forechecking game for most of the Islanders is quick versus big. Mullen and Thomas and Hogue are not as big as the Penguins defensemen, but they are quicker. And when they get into the corners, they think that quick can beat big.
They did.
That time it worked.
Brian Mullen has 2 goals in this series. And again, the Islanders are on top by a score of 5-4. At one point of the second period, they had a 2-goal lead in this game. They've got a 1-goal lead back here in the third. Ramsey the shot. Healy knocks it into the corner. Played around the net by Kasparaitis. Kasparaitis out through center. Ramsey giving chase. Ramsey lost it. Held in. Delgarno. Delgarno the move. Puck checked away. Fitzgerald shot. Deflected off Delgarno's stick into the corner. Ramsey clears it up to Lemieux. Lemieux back to Ramsey. Ramsey will settle it down a little bit. Looks for Kevin Stevens. Stevens moves in. Dropped it off for Tocchet. Tocchet spun around, still had it, got dumped by Richard Pilon. Behind the net, Claude Loisel. Martin Straka, 2 goals. Lemieux 1-1. Kevin Stevens 1-1. Multiple scorers for the Pittsburgh Penguins. Mullins now 1-1, and Thomas is 1-2 in this game. Jennings and Delgarno a little standoff. Their playoff season are 4-1. They've outscored the opposition at home now, 25-21. They have had a home ice advantage in this playoffs. Pittsburgh 2-2 on the road during this season's playoffs. Cleared around by Malakoff. Grant Jennings takes the shot. Deflected in front, Malakoff. Cross ice for Ray Ferraro, who's got a goal tonight. Ferraro's pass tipped straight up in the air. Couldn't be controlled by Junker. Cleared into the corner. Can you imagine the Islander fans even coming to tonight's game and seeing number 17 right there and going, what? Derek King. Ferraro lost it. Samuelson. Bagley, a nice play by Martin Straka to Yager. Yager 2-on-1 with McEachran. Yager to McEachran. Block! Healy tried to cover, couldn't get it. But they broke up the odd man rush. Samuelson shot wide. Ulf Samuelson hit by Junker. King in the corner, battling with McEachran. Yager, Uwe Krupp. Pittsburgh controlling in the offensive zone. King, Krupp. Nobody can get a handle on this puck. King finally gets it away to Junker. Junker can't get it out. King comes back to play it. He's running out of legs, though. He's been in that corner for the last 15 seconds. Gets hit by Martin Straka. Samuelson pushes it away. Yager, who never runs out of legs, missed the puck. In comes Thomas. Shot. Hit the post. Hit the post. Went behind Barrasso into the far side boards. Oh, Lordy. Tommy Curvers goes back to get it. Thomas almost gave his team a 2-goal lead. Mullins shot, saved Barrasso. Thomas following it up. Thomas and Samuelson. Murphy after the puck, can't get it. Mario Lemieux does. Lemieux coming. Lemieux has Mullen on the right. Plays it off the boards to him. Mullen, Healy got there first. And the Islanders start the rush. Brian Mullen at center, taken away from him by Needham, who's played very little tonight. Far side Pilon. Pilon and Needham avoid a big collision. Joey Mullen. Little dump at center as he collided with Vasquez. Pittsburgh trying to get a line change underway here. Comes to center, Thomas. Hits the linesman, played near side for Murphy. Larry Murphy almost dropped it. Had Benoit Hogue cutting. Lemieux up. Lemieux from Mullen. Lemieux dumps it into the corner and got hit by Pilon. Mullen the check. Needham the puck. Needham back up to the point. Couldn't get it there. Needham lost it to Thomas. Thomas clears it out. Both teams will change. 10 minutes, 56 seconds to go. Third period, 5-4 Islanders. Islanders win Game 7 Friday. Pittsburgh wins, it's over. They play Montreal and start the conference on Sunday in front. Backhand, Healy to save. Rebound to Tocchet. Went around the net. Shell Samuelson shot. Save, Healy. Rebound, Tippett. Knocked away by the defenseman. Claude Loisel starts the rush for the Islanders. Loisel, Junket on the far side. Stood up by Jennings. Shell Samuelson. Back comes Jennings. Red line dump. Tocchet in the corner. Samuelson tried to center. Had Stevens cutting. Malakoff stepped right up and intercepted. Jennings will chase it down. Junker almost as he took it away from Jennings. Tocchet. Tocchet leaves it and heads to the net. Stevens centers the shot. Save. Healy over his head off the top of the net. Ulf Samuelson holds it in. The deflection went up over Healy's head. McEachran holding it in the zone. Back to Samuelson. Samuelson shot. Wide. Rebound in the corner. Kasparaitis comes right back to it. Gets it up to King. King out of the zone. Samuelson has it. Pittsburgh beginning to take the territorial play here in this third period. 9:37 left. Pittsburgh down a goal. Kasparaitis. King lined up by Larry Murphy. 2-on-1 break. Ferraro drops a shot. Score! Steve Thomas!
Ferraro and Steve Thomas. Ferraro didn't have to look. He could see him out of the corner of his eye. The top trigger man. Nobody releases a shot quicker than Steve Thomas coming in on the off wing. And the Islanders have a 2-goal lead, 6-4. Incredible after the pressure the Penguins put on in their end, in the Islanders' end. Steve Thomas has come alive at the right time for the New York Islanders.
His first 2 goals of this series have been scored in this game. And again, Ray Ferraro, their leader in this playoff, the entire playoff, set it up.
Watch Darius Kasparaitis here trying to truck it out of the zone. Rick Tocchet was dead tired. He went down. Kasparaitis tried to pass, and Larry Murphy pinched up on the play. Derek King deflected it to Ray Ferraro. You know, Ferraro to Thomas. Ulf Samuelsson, number 5, had to try to stay in the middle of that pass. Tom Barrasso's counting on Samuelsson to play the pass, and Samuelsson back right into Barrasso's face.
Well, what an effort by the New York Islanders. They should not be in Game 6 against Pittsburgh if you look man for man and what's happened to them with Pierre Turgeon, the leading scorer, out for the whole series. Patrick Flatley out again tonight. Pittsburgh number 1 overall in the National Hockey League. The Islanders finished tied for 12th. They forgot all that. Hogue centered. Deflects near side Yager. But it's not over yet. Lemieux is out there with Yager now and Mullen on this line. Uwe Krupp waiting. It'll be sent in. Larry Murphy near side. 8:50 left to go, third period. Islanders 6, Pittsburgh 4. Jaromir Jagr brings it in. Jagr dumps it for Lemieux. Intercepted. Fitzgerald coming. Fitzgerald, Islanders changing. Fitzgerald in, 4-on-3. Kasparaitis tied up. Good play, Taglianetti. Taglianetti, 3-on-1. 3-on-2 to Jagr. Jagr dropped it, got it back. Shot, missed it. Short side. Set up by Daniels. Centering pass for Jagr was blocked. Islanders just keep right on running it. Brad Delgarno into the zone.
They were playing with fire on that last play, though. Tom Fitzgerald came to the blue line and tried a drop pass 3 feet inside his own blue line.
Tippett. Malakoff back with Vaski on defense. Needham got dumped. Near side to Samuelsson. Shell Samuelsson off the blocker of Glenn Healy. In the corner, Malakoff. Malakoff got it up. Islanders out of the zone. Ray Ferraro whistle with an Islander down behind the play. You talk about confidence. Al Iver has continued to play Steve Junker in this third period in his first National Hockey League game. Broken up. It is a 2-on-1 break. Ferraro. Shot. Save Barrasso. Great setup by King as he and Ferraro 2-on-1. Up ice, Larry Murphy to Tocchet. He intercepted at center. And right back in by Junker.
The Islanders can expect to get more chances like that. The Penguins are pitching up on the play. The last Islanders goal was as a result of a Larry Murphy pinch in the neutral zone. That time it was all Samuelsson that pinched that gave the Islanders a 2-on-1.
Second time the Islanders have scored 6 goals in this series as they won Game 4 6-5. They've got 6 here and lead at 6-4. Larry Murphy at center. 7 minutes to go in the third. Stevens, the shot, blocked by Krupp. Stevens and Krupp back 1-on-1. By Murphy into the zone. Barrasso started out, stays back. Hogue gets hooked down by Murphy. Up on the boards, Jagr lost it to Curvers. Curvers shot deflects all the way across ice. Brian Mullen holds it in. Behind the net, Benoit Hogue. Centered shot! Barrasso the save on Thomas, who is going for the hat trick. Steve Thomas. Thomas with Hogue. Shot wide. Hogue shot off Barrasso. Jagr kicked it into his own goaltender. Picked up by Mullen. Mullen coming with Lemieux and Jagr. Glenn Healy over to play it. Healy wants to go up ice. Held it a long time, but found some room. Brian Mullen's got it. Thomas, 2 goals, 2 assists in tonight's game, leading the Islanders. Tom Barrasso off the boards. Islanders changing behind. Vaski's got it. Vaski will wait. Again off the glass. Samuelsson knocked it down. Has to wait. Jagr didn't get out of the zone in time. Offside. Pittsburgh. 6:04 left.
Guys sitting in Montreal are loving every minute of this. Teams won't tell you who they're cheering for in a series, but that would be ridiculous for the Montreal Canadiens to maintain they didn't care who they played. The Islanders or the Penguins. Come on.
They're hoping this game goes 6 overtimes. Yeah. Just keep wearing them out. Winner of this series, of course, will take on the Montreal Canadiens for the conference championship in the Wales. Cleared out of the zone. An icing call coming up. 32
for Al Arbor. Derek King has a goal. Steve Thomas has 2 goals and 2 assists. 3 goals tonight for these 3 guys, and they totaled 3 goals in the first 5 games of the series.
Rising to the occasion. Steve Thomas, 2 goals tonight and 2 assists for him, and he has been flying.
Gary, we mentioned the major trophy finalist for the Penguins. The Islanders have one too. He's not in uniform for this hockey game. Pierre Turgeon is a finalist for the Lady Byng. Gentlemanly play. Finalist Adam Oates, Pat LaFontaine in that category with Pierre Turgeon. Congratulations to him.
And all of those who have been nominated for those awards. Samuelson, Healy the save. Islanders had cleared out in front of the net. Tocchet was taken down by Kasparaitis, who's still on it. Mario Lemieux with it. Lemieux centering. Picked up by Loisel. 2-on-2 the other way. Now 3-on-2. Joining the play near side, Rich Pilon. Pilon looking for help. Found it behind him. Fitzgerald. Fitzgerald wrap around. Trying to get it. Tocchet spins him around. Good play by Rick Tocchet. And Tocchet trying to send it in. Ends up over the glass. 17 for them. The opposition in the playoffs has picked up 20. Unusual for a Pittsburgh team that in the playoffs averaging over 4 goals a game, 4.2. Larry Murphy. Murphy, Lemieux, Rick Tocchet from Stevens. Tocchet, shot block, Kasparaitis. Stevens centered, Loisel. Loisel up, not out of the zone. Held in, sitting along the boards. Murphy pokes it a little deeper. Fitzgerald going after it. He and Tocchet. Fitzgerald got it back to Kasparaitis. He just clears. They're going to put icing on this. Larry Murphy, Glenn Healy. Benoit Hogue won the faceoff. Pittsburgh, of course, trying to hold it in the zone here. Brian Mullen got it out. Jennings reaches for it and gets it. Jeff Daniels to Yager. Yager drops it back for Samuelson. Well, Samuelson wide of Glenn Healy. Malakoff hard around the boards. Thomas. Thomas gets spun around. Punch set up free. Jennings the shot deflected out deep. Yager couldn't get it. Benoit Hogue. Hogue drops it. Malakoff in. Malakoff. Thomas. Samuelson on him. Behind the net. Hogue waiting for it. Hogue pinned up by Jennings. Played up and over to Yager. Dangerous pass through the middle, but an aerial by Straka. Yager's hurt. Kasparaitis got him, and Yager is down. Kasparaitis and Yager in the big collision, and now the sticks are up.
And it's his knee, Gary. He started to hold his knee as soon as he went down.
Darius Kasparaitis.
He came across, and I think Yager saw him coming, but watch their knees. Oh, yeah, he caught him on the inside of Yager's right knee. Sometimes it's the half hits that hurt the most, and Yager avoided Kasparaitis with most of his body except for the trailing leg.
He will flex it gingerly.
Public enemy number 1 in just about every arena in North America.
It helps to referee youth hockey games. You actually have to learn some of that stuff. 3:45 to go in the third period. Islander fans have had a lot to cheer about in this game. And if they hang on and win this, the Islanders will force a Game 7 on Friday in Pittsburgh. We would also have that if it comes to fruition. But it's not over here. Tippett. Tippett sends it in. Remember, this Pittsburgh team scored 3 goals in 1 minute 48 seconds starting the last game.
Yeah, but that was without 5 New York Islanders lined up across the blue line every time they came down the ice.
Glenn Healy the save. Mullen taking a whack Drops it back in his own end to Kasparaitis. Everybody will be moving in for Pittsburgh now to create the offense. Sent in by Thomas. Tom Barrasso. Barrasso swings it around the boards. Kevin Stevens over to get it. 2:59 to go. Mullen off to Lemieux. Mullen cuts to the net. Mario Lemieux centered. Mullen. Healy the save. Pilon took Mullen down in front. Larry Murphy to hold it in for Pittsburgh. Tried to, but it ends up going over the glass. Base to the corner. Malakoff and Stevens behind the net. Tocchet kicking at it. Gets it away to Murphy. Murphy centers. Bounces in the air. Lemieux there. Tied up. Taken down. Penalty coming up. And it's going to be on the Islanders. Mary 1-4-2 in tonight's game. Pittsburgh against the New York Islanders. 4 power play goals with 21 chances in this series. 2 minutes, 36 seconds remaining in the third period. Islanders 6, Pittsburgh 4. Lemieux, of course, stays out. Yager's also back out here. Stevens, Tocchet, Yager with Lemieux, who will take the face-off, and Larry Murphy behind him for the power play unit. White knuckle time. Uniondale, New York. Islanders home. Thomas. Lemieux wins the face-off against him. Murphy shot it in and scores! Larry Murphy threw a screen, the wide side post. It is a 1-goal game.
And how efficient are the Pittsburgh Penguins, because what they do is they salvage the majority of the time left. But 4 seconds is what it took them, Gary, to score that. Lemieux with the draw, and look at his reach to be able to nudge it back to Murphy. Murphy doesn't have a point man to go to over here. I mean, everybody was up. 4 men up, 1 man back. Look at Glenn Healy with a baton twirl of his stick. We'll get a better idea of the screen here. That deflected. Kevin Stevens got a piece of that. Kevin Stevens got a piece of that. And from quiet, calm, subdued to, yeah, man, we got a shot here. 2:32 to go. I mean, that's a bunch for the Penguins.
We'll wait for the official call, but you saw the deflection. Healy, Barrasso. A 1-goal differential with 2 minutes and 30 seconds left to go. Kasparaitis trying to send it in. It is Stevens who will be credited with the goal on Murphy's shot from the point. 1-goal difference. Islanders 6, Pittsburgh 5. Larry Murphy. Stevens and Tocchet rushing. Lemieux trailing. Pilon takes him down. Rich Pilon clears it around the net. Not out. Bounced into the corner. Kasparaitis that banged up. It in. Murphy centering Lemieux. Pilon there to get it. Pilon over to Delgado. Push to center. Claude Loisel. Loisel. Murphy gets back on him. Loisel dumps it. Kasparaitis in. Great back-checking job by Rick Tocchet. Samuelson up the middle. Stevens to Lemieux. Lemieux tried to deke it. Fitzgerald didn't go for it. Gets it out of the zone. Murphy there. Murphy dumps it back in. Malakoff back to get it. 1:30 to go. 1:30 left in the third period. No icing. Pittsburgh got away with too many on the ice, and somebody had touched that puck.
You bet they did.
Samuelson, the puck went by. Thomas blocked. Rebound. Thomas right through the crease. Samuelson blocked it. 1:12 to go. The Islanders win. They will send it to 7. Pittsburgh trying to get it tied at this point. Brian Mullen. Shell Samuelson couldn't hold it in the zone. Taglianetti back to get it. 1 minute left to go. We'll keep an eye on Barrasso. Thomas knocked it away at center. Final minute of the period. Final minute of regulation. Barrasso back. Full house on their feet here on the island. Barrasso looking to the bench. He's heading out. Taglianetti. He'll gain the red line and dump. He didn't get to the red line. They'll wave off the icing. Barrasso out of the net. Extra skater out Pittsburgh. McEachran tipped it to the corner. Pilon over with Yager. Yager and Pilon do battle. Islanders leading by 1. Troop moved in. Couldn't get it. Centered for Murphy. Rolls 3. Empty net at the other end. Edged out of the zone by Brian Mullen. Back to get it. Taglianetti. 25 to go. Taglianetti sent it in. Jaromir Yager. Yager trying to center. Blocked by Troop. Troop going for the empty net. And the game scores!
will be a Game 7. All the way down for Uwe Krupp. The conservative players are saying, what a chance he took. And the guys that are the natural scorers are saying, you got to take a chance once in a while or you'll never be a hero. If that had gone wide of the net, the faceoff would have come back down into the Islander zone. But that's history.
What a magnificent performance by both these teams, but by the New York Islanders. 7-5, 10 seconds remaining to go. Uwe Krupp with the empty net. Now King gets into a punching match with Jennings. Jennings gets into it with Ferraro, who stepped in the middle. This game is over. There will be a Game 7 on Friday night. And they won't have to check the closet for emotions. In a must-win situation, Glenn Healy and the New York Islanders have defeated the two-time Stanley Cup champion Pittsburgh Penguins to force Game 7.
You know, if anybody doesn't understand how great an underdog the New York Islanders were, let me tell you, they're the #1 underdog so far in the playoffs this year. 32 points separated these two teams at the end of the year. To complicate matters for the Islanders, in the win against Washington in the last game, Pierre Turgeon went down, and they are without their leader, their offensive guy, their best player, and they are still forcing this to a 7th game.
Our final score, the New York Islanders 7, the Pittsburgh Penguins 5, Friday night Game 7 in Pittsburgh. For Bill Clement and our crew, this is Gary Thorne. What a great hockey game, John.